Hello everyone. In this video, I'm explaining about custom exceptions and rethrowing exceptions. Okay. So custom exceptions means user-defined exceptions. Okay. So there are various predefined exceptions. Okay. So you can use predefined exceptions in your program, but sometimes there is some cases where we need these custom exceptions. Custom exceptions are also called user-defined exceptions. Okay. See, for suppose I have circle. Okay. So for circle, I want to find out area of the circle. Okay. So 3.14 into radius. Okay. Let's say R is equal to 5.16 radius. Okay. So here 3.14 into, okay, 5.16 into 5.16. Okay. So which will give some value. But I have given minus 5.16. What happened? 3.14 into, okay, 5 minus 5.16 into minus 5.16. Here minus into minus what will become plus, right? But it will give positive value only. But it is not recommended to give what the value of radius is what as negative, right? So that's why. So in order to handle this type of what exceptions, you can create your own custom exceptions. Okay, and after creating custom exceptions, I'll tell you what is rethrowing of an exception. Okay, rethrowing of an exception. First, I will create custom exception. Later, I will discuss this rethrowing exceptions both. Okay, in the same video, I will discuss both. Okay, yeah. So first, what I'm doing is I'm creating class circle. Okay, so class circle here, it has a radius. Okay, so you can initialize this R by using constructor. Okay, by using constructor, you can initialize. Okay, generate constructor using fields. Okay, so this is a what constructor to initialize the value of the radius. Okay, here I'm defining public void area. Okay, so public void area here. Okay, so what I'm doing is public, sorry, not public, just sys out, okay, sys out area, okay, colon area colon plus pi r square. So 3.14 into r into r. Okay, so pi r square. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating an object of circle. Circle C1 is equal to new circle of. Okay, so 5.16. Okay, 5.16 and the C1 dot area. And let me run this. Okay, so area 83. Okay, 60 something. It given some quarter. So value, double value. Now I'm changing it to minus. See, even though you are getting same value, but here you given negative value. Okay, should not give it negative radius, right? So in this case, there is no predefined exception to handle this type of exceptions. So that's why I'm creating my own custom exception class. Okay, so that's why I'm creating a class with the name radius exception. Okay, radius exception. Now I want to make this class as exception class. So that's why what I'm doing is simply extend this class from predefined exception class. Okay, predefined exception class and create one constructor with string parameter. Okay, I'll tell you why this string parameter is required later. So string str and call this what a superclass constructor in radius. Superclass constructor is here exception class. So you are calling super of str means you are calling what a superclass constructor, exception class constructor, okay, in radius class constructor by using super of str. Okay, Yeah, now this is fine, right? Okay. Now here, whenever, okay, the radius value is negative, okay, you should throw this exception, right? Actually, this this exception details are unknown to the JVM. For suppose arithmetic exception or array index out of bounds exception. So these cases are known to the JVM by because these are predefined exceptions. But radius exception is unknown to the JVM. So that's why, okay, you should throw it explicitly. Okay. Okay. When to throw this exception? Okay. So if, okay, radius is less than 0, if radius is less than 0, then throw this what radius exception explicitly. Okay. Throw, okay, radius exception. Okay. Throw new means you need to throw what exception object here. Okay. Yeah. So while throwing, see, you can pass a message here. So that's why I have taken string parameter here. Okay. So here what I'm doing is radius, negative radius simply. Okay. Negative radius. See, negative radius. Okay. So now what I'm doing is, yeah. So here already I discussed in previous video. So here whatever the class directly extended or inherited from uh, exception class, that is checked exception. So here you are throwing checked exception, right? Here you are throwing checked exception means there may be chance of getting checked exception. So checked exceptions are identified by the compiler and it is forcing you to handle the exception, right? So if and right else also here. Okay. Now, so you can handle this exception here itself. Okay. So try, write this throw statement in try and handle it. Okay. So try and write catch. Okay. So here, okay, the exception is radius exception. Okay. So radius exception A. Okay. Simply display this exception. This out E. Okay. This out. Now see here, I'm going to run this. See, now you are not getting what area of the circle. Just you are getting what exception details. See, here you entered, okay, radius value as negative, minus 5.16. So whenever this, okay, radius value is negative, I'm throwing this negative radius exception by passing the string value as what negative radius, right? Okay. Now this is creating custom exception and handling the custom exception. But here, see, this area method is called by the other class called custom exception example. Okay. So now this is called, okay, caller. Okay, caller. Whatever the function is calling, okay, whatever the function is calling this, okay, area method is called, okay, caller, and the method which is called by the main method is called calling. Okay, this is called call. So now what I will do is here I don't want to handle the exception in my, okay, area class. Okay, so whoever calling this area method, I will, okay, bypass or I will rethrow. I will rethrow this exception to the what area. Sorry, I will rethrow this exception to the what main method. Why? Because here area method is called by the main method. Okay, now I want to rethrow this exception to what caller. Okay, so simply, okay, don't handle here. Okay, don't handle here, just to throw it. Okay, now you have only one statement in the what if statement. So simply remove this curly braces. Okay, yeah, still it is showing error. Why? Because here you are not handling. Okay, add throws declaration. Either you can handle it by using try catch, or you can what forward means rethrow it to your caller. Who is the caller? Main method is the caller here. Okay. Okay. So main method is the caller. So simply add throws declaration. Throws radius. Okay. So radius exception. Okay. Means here, okay, there may be chance of here your method is what? Your method body throwing what? Radius exception. And this method body throwing exception to method signature here. Now here this method is forwarding or rethrowing. Okay, rethrowing this exception to, okay, rethrowing this exception to what? It's caller. Who is the caller? Main method. See, now you are getting error here. Why? Because here the exception is forwarding or rethrowing from area method to its caller main method. Now main method is responsible to handle this exception. Okay, main method is responsible to handle this exception. Okay, so now, okay, so I will surround it with water, try catch. So radius exception. Okay. Yeah, now C1 dot, okay, area here in this, okay, try block I am calling C1 dot area. Why? Because this area is throwing what? See, this method signature, okay, is throwing radius exception. Okay, so now, okay, it here this radius exception is what? Rethrowing from its Kali. Its Kali is nothing but area. From area to, okay, main method it is rethrowing. Okay, now main method is going to handle this exception. This is of okay. So, see now, same. But here area method is not handling the exception. So it is what? Rethrowing this exception to the its caller. Okay, who is the caller? Main method. Okay. Yeah, now see here. Just whenever you display the what exception object, it is showing exception class name. Okay, exception class name is radius exception, and the exception name is negative radius. Okay, so this is the just I don't want to get this radius exception. Just I want to get name of the exception. Only this negative radius. Okay, I want to get. So in this case, what you need to do is just simply write e dot get message. Now it will return only the exception name. Means string associated with the exception class. This is the exception class. Okay. Now this is the string associated with the exception class. Okay. So you will get exception name simply. Okay. So exception class name is different. Exception class is this one. Okay. Exception class and exception name. Okay. Both are different. So here this is what a string associated with the exception or exception name. Okay. Just e dot get message. See now what it will return. See, string associated with the exception you will get. Okay. And you want to get total full stack trace. Means where at which line number you are getting exception. All the details you want to get. There, write e dot print stack trace. Okay. E dot print stack trace. Now it will give total exception details with line number. See, radius exception colon negative radius custom exception example Java 13. Okay, like this it will give full stack. Okay, see there are okay 3 ways to display the exception details. Directly you can display the what exception object. So exception object will display exception name and string associated with the exception. And e dot get message only display the string associated with the exception or exception name. Okay, and if print stack trace will display okay total full stack stack trace. Okay, total details. So like this. Okay, so in this video what we covered, okay, custom exceptions and a rethrowing of an exception, as well this get message method and a print stack trace method. Okay, so these are covered in this example. Okay, so thanks everyone, and in next video I will discuss a few more topics regarding this exception handling. Okay, yeah, thanks.